Yo, what's good, people? Yo, welcome to PNP. It's Rashad and Dave. What's good with y'all? Another week of the off season. Lots to talk about, man. It's a lot of people not making content right now. I don't know what's good, but it's a lot to talk about.
They
And
on break, man.
it's
They
on
on
break.
break.
No,
You know what I'm
no breaks
saying?
for your boys. No breaks for your
No
boys.
break.
Every
They
week,
on break.
every Monday, no matter what, we here. We in here to talk business. All right. A lot to talk about today. But before we get into this, Dave, how was your Father's Day weekend? Huh?
Yo,
Father's
yeah,
Day,
man.
huh?
Father's Day was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day is always a friendly reminder that Father's Day is ranked the 20th most popular holiday in the United States. You know what's higher than Father's Day?
What's that, Dave?
Columbus Day, Arbor Day. Like these are the type of holidays that are above Father's Day. You know what I'm saying?
What you trying to say, man?
Look, man, you know what ranking Mother's Day is?
What's that? It's got to be
Two.
top five. I was about to
It's
say, it
two.
got to be top five.
Two. We out here 20. We out here paying these bills.
So what you trying to say, Dave?
No, it was a good weekend, man. It was overall good weekend, man. But it wasn't just Father's Day weekend either, man. We had Juneteenth popping.
Juneteenth. Happy
Yeah,
Juneteenth.
I had the whole chaos at work because the president decided to make it a federal holiday on Thursday afternoon to make everybody get Friday off. But no, it was good,
You gotta
man.
adjust, man. You gotta adjust.
And I was for it. I went to a festival on Saturday, partied it up on Saturday. It was good. Celebrated a bit. Yes, Arbor Day over Father's Day, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Arbor Day.
I don't even know what Arbor Day is.
I learned what Arbor Day was this year because we had somebody that passed away last year during the pandemic at our job. So they dedicated a tree for Arbor Day, and that's when I learned what Arbor Day was because I had no idea what Arbor Day was.
Explain, please. The inquiring minds want to know.
It's like a tree holiday, It's a tree holiday.
Dave, so you saying trees are more important than dads?
Yeah, trees, Jesus, mamas. Yeah, not Halloween, ghosts. Halloween is number 5.
Yo, that man said tree. Yo, that's funny. Trees and Jesus. That's what's up.
Trees, Jesus.
Man.
Depending on I'm shocked that like the 420 folks never like utilize Arbor Day, because
Yeah. Technically,
even if you want to use it twice, we got a donut day. You could just make it happen for Arbor Day too, I guess.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Technically, you could Arbor Day. 420. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Dave. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Yo, Marcus, tell them about it, bro. Tell them about it. Look, man, they ain't out here. We're probably gonna look Juneteenth about to pass Father's Day at this rate.
Facts, and that's quick with the quickness.
Yo, we're gonna have like the Juneteenth mattress sale.
The Juneteenth mattress sale is funny. Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, I ain't do nothing, man. For me, I ain't do nothing. I was chilling. Father's Day weekend. I didn't do much. I didn't do really nothing for Juneteenth. So I was just chilling at the crib. It was just.
I saw you got a dope gift though. I did see that.
I did, yo. The wife hooked me up. She hooked me up with a nice bottle of that Johnny Walker Blue Label. So y'all know I've been talking about that for a little minute, and she hooked me up with that joint. Y'all know how I get down with the bubbly. So she hooked it up, adding that to the collection. Yep. So it was cool. It was cool, man. I had a blast, man.
Yeah, I got a new wedding band.
Okay.
I haven't worn my other ones since I lost all the weight.
It's too big.
It kept falling out. Yeah, way too big.
Yeah. I went out. I also went out to eat. Went out to a brunch. Shout out to Lincoln Penn. Went out to that joint. Got some real good brunch. Good stuff, man. This is good stuff. Had a blast, man.
Man, real talk. I've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was a kid. So for me, it's like the celebration tends to be a little bit stronger back home when it comes to Juneteenth over the 4th anyway. Like I've worked with my dad on the 4th of July. I've never worked with my dad on Juneteenth. So
yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Anything else before we move on to this lovely content, Dave?
Nah, man. I watched a lot of beautiful bean footage, and man, oh man.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I did watch the UFC though. I watched some UFC this weekend too.
I have not watched the fight. I did see your tweets though. I guess it was pretty
Yo, man, them
intense.
joints was lit, bro. Like them joints was
I
they
was
was going at it.
I was watching the track meets because
We'll
the
talk
Olympic.
about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk
You know
about
what I'm
that.
saying?
We'll talk about that. But yeah, yeah, I was watching UFC. I kind of I was chilling, bro. I wasn't doing nothing. This is just a weekend to relax.
Did you watch
But
the playoffs?
a little bit, a little
A
bit,
little bit.
a little bit. Couple game 7 action. I watched a little bit.
So did you have Bucks, Suns,
No,
Clippers,
no,
and Hawks as the final
no,
four?
no. I did tweet though that it was good to see some some non super teams in this joint. The Clippers are still technically a super team to me. Even with
Well, they only got 2 All-Stars. I mean,
yeah, but
compared to the
still,
normal
they
3.
kind of put that together. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like I like the organically built teams. I would personally would have liked to seen the Sixers and Suns, but I'm cool with the Bucks and Suns. That'd be dope too. I'm okay with either
So
one. It's just anybody but the Clippers at this point.
I'm just waiting for these Philadelphia rappers to come up with these bars about Ben Simmons, because they're coming.
Yo, you can't talk about your own man's.
Yeah, you can. He ain't gonna be their own man very soon.
It's true. He got to leave first.
Dog, he's got to go, fam. There's no way he stays in Philadelphia after that. That dude didn't take a shot in the 4th quarter in 5 out of the 7 games,
That's crazy.
bro.
Crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy, man.
I'm rooting for CP3 to get his ring though. That's if there's
I'm
any team that I'm rooting
Suns.
for, it'll be Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Suns too, man. Again, I like to see the organically built teams. Shout out to James Jones. He out there getting his executive on. So that's dope, man. I like to see teams like that.
Thoughts on the
Trade,
Kemba trade? Yeah, he got traded out. He got traded to Oklahoma City.
don't
I don't
really
think he's
care.
gonna. I care. I'm a Celtics fan. We saved $30 million on his contract. I'm happy for it.
Don't care.
They were trying to trade him after the first year after they signed the dude, which was the most hilarious thing ever. That should have fired Danny Ainge on the spot.
Don't care. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into this content. Real quick, if you want to call in, talk about something, hit us up on the phone lines or on the voicemail 704-759-6562. Hit us up on that joint. We'll listen to your voicemail at the end of the show. So go ahead and call that joint in, get it cracking. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this joint real quick. All right, real quick, I had to drop a pic of Dave and myself on. Well, this wasn't on Father's Day, but this for Father's Day. We proud dads, and so it's family first. So we decided to drop some pics of our kids, and those are our kids, man. Those are our kids. Shout out to Amari,
Yeah,
Alyssa, and Elena. Shout out to all our
yeah,
kids.
yeah. Devonna out here getting presidential awards. She got an award signed by the president, man.
Nice.
Showed up at my house yesterday. I was like, "Oh, look at this!" So on Friday, like, "Oh, look at this! You out here getting actual awards up in this piece." And she maintained a 90 average all 3 years of middle school. So smart kid, very smart kid. And Amari out here running around, but he knows his ABCs 1, 2, 3s, and he can add subtract. So I can't be mad at him too much. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Amari, man. Shout out to Amari. Shout out to my kids too, man. They dancing and
Yeah,
modeling. Matter of fact,
you out here got rock stars in your joint.
Yeah. Well, my youngest had a fashion show on Sunday, so I was at that joint for Father's Day. So yeah, man. Shout out to all the dads out there. Family first. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know what I'm saying. So all right, let's move on. Dave, we gotta talk about it. Olympics, we got 2 guys plus 2 plus another 2. We got 4 total. Going to the Olympics, we got 2 representing the states. Shout out to Randolph Ross and Trevor Stewart. Randolph Ross will be running the 400 meters.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Trevor Stewart's going to be part of the 4x400 in Tokyo. Shout out to them dudes, man. They represent A&T, Aggie Pride all day to your boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they rocking, man. They rocking.
And we still got a shot to get one more person in there. We got Cam Sturgis. She's running the 200 later this week. So, it's good stuff, man. 4 Aggies, and 2 other individuals is going to be representing their respective countries. So the entire 4x400 national championship team, they're all going to the Olympics.
Yep, that's dope. That's dope.
So
Here's a picture of the other two. You got Akeem Sirleaf. He's going to represent Liberia, and Daniel Stokes is going to be competing for Mexico. So shout out to all the Aggies represent for the track team. It's crazy, man. That track team is a beast. They nice out here, and they represent all over the world. That's super dope, man. Super
there's
dope.
some there was some strong North Carolina HBCU presence too. The winner of the 100 meter, she went to Livingstone College, Division II. But she's been at it professionally for a while. Her name's escaped me right now, but she beat Allison Felix. They had a pretty dope moment, you know. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, Shikari is for real, yo.
Yeah, Shakari is a beast.
Yeah, Shikari is legit.
Yo, she came from behind quick. She was back a little bit, then she just took off, bro. Activated. 4-2 activated immediately. Yeah, she was nice though. She was nice. All right, moving on. Shout out to the track teams and all that. But real quick, news break. Hit us up. Download that app. It's in the description box. And a link to all our socials. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Shout out to our social media manager, man. He out here vibing, killing it. So at Panther Nation PC, follow us on all them joints. And then make sure you download that Newsbreak app, all right? So yeah, follow us on all socials. And then Facebook, on Facebook, it's Panther Nation Podcast. So if you want to follow all of what we got going on, hit us up on the socials, all right? All right, Dave. Oh, we both got on the shirts we represent. Yeah, Dave got on the classic throwback. I got on the new joint.
Throwback.
So yeah, if you want a shirt, man, hit us up. Support us in the, just go cop some merch. Got some dope hoodies. Got some nice stuff. Got some more designs coming soon. So stay tuned on that, man. Appreciate our support. And everybody's bought something. We truly appreciate that. All right, Dave. Let's hop into it, man. These COVID restrictions, Dave. Man, I mean, what we vaccinated? Let's talk about the vaccinated players. All right, the vaccinated players. They ain't got to wear no mask. They ain't got to, submit to daily COVID tests. They ain't, they don't have to quarantine after being exposed to COVID. No travel restrictions. Unrestricted weight room activities. They can use the cafeteria with no restrictions. No limits on social media, marketing, or promotional opportunities. And they may use the steam rooms and sauna as normal. And they can eat with vaccinated family members and friends during team travel. See, it's pretty reasonable, right? It's pretty reasonable stuff. You think that's, that's back to normal. However, Dave.
That's as normal as you're going to get in 2021.
However, Dave, unvaccinated players will be tested daily.
As it should.
They have to wear masks at facilities and while traveling.
I mean, that's expected.
They need to self-quarantine after exposure.
They're not going to be able to police that.
Will remain under same travel restrictions as 2020 season. They will be required to limit their weight room numbers to 15 individuals. So what, are they going to have a separate weight room?
I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, I think what it's going to do is going to impact the vaccinated players, in my opinion.
Must socially distance during meals. Not allowed to eat with teammates. So what is this, Dave? I mean, this segregation again. I mean, what are we doing here?
They're trying to get folks to get the shot.
Not allowed to have social media, marketing, or promotion opportunities. What is up with that?
So here's my thing with that. I can understand the aspect of the level of risk if you're unvaccinated and you're going out and about doing all these things, but I don't think you should eliminate their ability to do social media type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But after they have it separated: social, media, marketing. So it's not social media.
Well, honestly, a lot of players might prefer this. A lot of players might actually prefer this.
it's social as in like, okay, I'm gonna have an autograph signing here, or
Oh yeah,
that's how I look at it.
well,
And then media
that
is
kind of well, yo, the media side. I think a lot of folks might not get vaccinated off that alone. That means they don't have to talk to the media.
yeah, maybe. But then the promotional stuff though, that's where it gets tricky because now you're playing with people's money.
Yeah, but but that's typical. That's how it's gonna be, man. You're gonna have people that you already got situations at some companies where they're like, yo, if you're vaccinated, you can do X, and you're not. You can't do certain things. Then I think the endorsements is problematic, though. You got to give them a chance. You got to have some level of endorsements they should be able to get. I mean, if they follow the particular protocols for the endorsements, they should have the ability to do that. I think that's kind of pushing it a little too hard.
So let's get to the last two real quick. Not permitted to use a steam room or sauna, and
That's understandable.
then required to stay in team hotel for meals. May not eat in restaurants. Cannot interact with non-team members during travel. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty much like, in my opinion, it's kind of just forced that they really want these dudes to get vaccinated. Essentially, just forcing cats to get the vaccine. Like it's crazy to me. It's crazy to
Well,
me.
the other thing too, did you see the percentages about what the requirements are and what you can and can't do with the team based on the percentages of folks that are vaccinated?
What's that? Explain it to me.
So, like, there's certain things, like, I guess the team has to hit a certain threshold to lift certain COVID guidelines. So if the team doesn't hit a certain percentage, I think it's like 75 or 80% or something like that, there's still certain levels of restrictions that you can do for team things. Like, this is just for individuals.
Yeah, this is
But
individuals.
but when you talk about the team, it puts you at and Matt Rule talked about it during one of his press conferences. It puts you at a distinct disadvantage versus teams that are fully that hit that vaccination threshold. So now it's starting to impact how you prepare. So like, I've been getting at how, like, Rule's gonna, if he goes like 6-10, 6-11 again, or 5-12 or whatever, he might be out of a job. This might save his job if his team ain't getting vaccinated. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because you can't kill him too much. Like, you can't fire that man because
yeah, but
you can't fire that man because the team
so
makes a decision to get vaccinated.
It's a Ron Rivera.
It's a built-in excuse.
Scapegoat. Got it. Got it. So I get that though. That's actually valid. That's valid. It's
because the thing is, because like everybody keeps saying, it's a personal decision. So you can't penalize that man if he's been restricted. Like, he hasn't had a full season he hasn't had opportunity to have a full season of a normal NFL season. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't had that chance. It's unfortunate.
Okay, so what do you think about the players? Like, you got a couple of guys. Christian McCaffrey was asked about it. Sam Darnold was asked about it. Both of them declined to respond. But everybody's killing both of them for, like, oh, they're leaders and they're not sharing their vaccination, blah 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 blah. They're likely not vaccinated. So what do you think? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's pretty much a known fact. For one, here's my big thing too. I watched all them player interviews, and they only asked 2 players.
It's facts.
And I feel like if you're gonna be I think the reporters that were there at the time, I think they should have been. Maybe they might have had a situation where they were told to quit asking the players. That could have legitimately happened.
Nah, I don't think so, because they.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Hypothetically, I got you.
Yeah, hypothetically, right? Like, I'm trying to give some level of benefit of the doubt here, but the bottom line is, you asked a quarterback that already taught you saying that he didn't take it, and a running back that who's tight with said quarterback. Both of them happen to be white. You didn't ask a single black player about the vaccine. I think that's problematic from a media perspective. You got to have some level of consistency there. My opinion. Maybe I'm overreaching, but
personally, I don't think they should be asking. Period. Like,
but if you're going to, no, I get, and I get that. I hear you. But if you're going to ask some, you need to ask most of them or all of them. Like, don't like, and that was the thing. Like, because the first, like, I was going through the interviews, and the first 2 interviews, the first 3 interviews was Darnold, McCaffrey, Rule. All asked them about it. Didn't ask a single black player. I feel some type of way about that. Why aren't you asking everybody?
That's true, though. I listened to them all, and they didn't ask. They didn't ask the others whether they got the vaccine or not. And Dave could be right. There could be an instance where they just
Yeah,
decided
they
not.
might have said,
They
"Hey,
may have said
stop
stop
asking them,"
asking. But
and that's very plausible. But it just the optics. I'm all about optics, bro, and the optics didn't look good. Like if I complain, yeah, yeah,
I
HIPAA's
don't
not the
know how
reason.
HIPAA works. I don't know.
Not
I don't know. I don't know
they've
how it
said that
works.
HIPAA is not. There's no
But
HIPAA laws when it comes to asking folks for a vaccine.
I trust Dr. Simpson. So whatever Doc Simpson says, then he's right. But I just still don't think they should be asking. Like it's a personal decision. They don't be asking people do they get the flu shot. So like it's not a don't. I get it. I mean I get it. It's something that it's something that could in fact impact the team, like Dave just mentioned. But I don't think you should be asking people what, like, like let them go through their process. Especially if you ask dude like last week. You just asked dude last week, did he get it? Like, he said he was doing some research. He didn't get it soon after that. Like, he probably still going through the process. Just let him go through his thing. And as far as when the seasons, they've got plenty of time to start to get the vaccine before the season starts, right? So he's got time. Um, so I don't see what the big deal is. Go ahead.
I think my thing about the whole, I never have an issue with reporters asking the questions. I just have an issue when you're not being consistent. That's what it boils down to for me. Like, I think it is their personal decision. I just don't. I think the players have already got their mind made up on what they want to do, and I don't think you're going to be able to change their mind. And this isn't even just a Panther thing. You know what I'm saying? This is just a NFL as a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the players have their mind made up. They're going to do what they want to do. They're willing they're willing to deal with the consequences of it. And that's just the way it's going to be. And so you're going to end up having, it won't be as extreme as it was last year when it came to the number of people who caught COVID. But I think it's going to be more, it's going to happen more. And I think you're not going to get the excuses that you had last season. Like, I think last season it was more of a benefit of a doubt type of situation for some of the players that caught it. But this year with the vaccine, you really don't have a reasoning for it. Like, you can't say because you didn't know or you didn't realize how bad it was, or like the excuses that you had lined up last year kind of don't exist at this point for this upcoming season. And yeah, Slim, you're right, bro. Folks have been getting it post vaccine after being vaccinated. It happens. It doesn't. The point of the vaccine isn't for you not to have the ability to catch it. It's for you to not be in the hospital and die of it. And it helps reduce the amount of different variants that come out of these streets. And it looks like right now the southern states has a super variant, so to speak, right now. So I just think that, the more people that become vaccinated, the lower chances you have more variants and lower chances you got folks dying from it as often.
And we ain't no medical experts,
No,
so
we're not.
let's just put that out
We're
there.
not.
We ain't medical experts.
We'll throw that out there. Like I always, what I normally do, man, I always say that I am Bill Burr, and I post the Bill Burr video of him on the Joe Rogan Experience when they're talking about having a mask or no mask. I am Bill Burr. Just go on Twitter, search I am Bill Burr, you'll see it. It's hilarious.
Shout out to Slim and shout out to 89J Subs for the super chats. Appreciate that, y'all.
I'm not praying for Ben. I'm not praying for Ben Simmons. That man's a millionaire. I have no reason to pay for Ben Simmons at all.
Yeah, but again, like Slim said, the vaccine it don't prevent you from getting it, and I think that's it. If you're gonna catch it, you're gonna catch it, vaccine or no vaccine. Again, it's gonna
it reduces your chances of catching it.
Yeah, well,
scientific based on statistics.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that everybody's got their own decision to make. I too was in. I felt the same way Sam Darnold felt. I was like, yo, I'm not getting this joint. I didn't want to get it, but I also wanted to travel, right? So I also I want things to get back to normal. So I said, hey, F it. And I don't get the flu shot. So I'm a guy, I'm not anti-vax. Like I've gotten the yellow fever vaccine to go to Africa. So I'm not anti-vax at all. So I have no problem getting vaccinated. But there are valid concerns with the lack of proper testing. Well, I'm not gonna say proper, but the lack of it hasn't been out long enough to be fully vetted like the other vaccines have. And I know it's derived from other vaccines. I get all that, but the fact of the matter is, it's you just started putting this in people's arms last year. Like there's no real testing around whether how it's going to affect you. But at the end of the day, there is some comfort that it has been derived from other vaccines. So I went ahead and got it. At the end of the day, I got it. I'm fully vaccinated. I feel fine for the most part. I'm cool. Like I still don't get next to people. Like, yo, stay away from me. But at the end of the day,
the biggest
it
thing
is
I've
what it
learned.
is.
The biggest thing I've learned about this whole, well, I already knew it. The biggest thing I've reminded myself of is that there's a lot of disgusting people on this planet. There's folks that don't be washing their hands. There's folks that don't be doing a lot of the simple things in life.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the rule. So, Dave, let's go ahead and wrap this topic up. What do you think? I mean, what are your final thoughts on the restrictions? You think it's too much, too little? Like, what do you think?
I understand why they're doing it. I think getting tested every day is excessive. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think getting tested every day is excessive. Especially if you got to do the PCR test. I think that's super excessive. I understand why they have to do it though. I just think that when you start thinking about when you start getting COVID cases, when the season starts, this is going to be a thing. First thing that's going to be asked is, did he get vaccinated? And then if the person catches it and gets these crazy symptoms, then they're going to say, oh, should have got vaccinated. You damned if you do, damned if you don't in this situation, basically. That's what it ultimately boils down to.
Yeah, man, I just think it's weird that the NFLPA, they like signed off to some of this stuff. Like, and what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? Like it was probably worse than this, right? They probably negotiated down to this. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine what was in place before they negotiated down to these restrictions. Like come on, man. The social and media, the social media marketing or promotion opportunities. Yo, that's whack. You playing with people's money now. Like people were able to do that last year without with all the COVID thing going around. You don't do that. Don't play with people's money, bro. Like I completely disagree with that.
I think there's one good thing that can come out of this if the players do what they need to do. You know what that is? Get a stronger union. Fix the NFLPA. Get some people in there that's actually going to be for the players and defend the players, because they have no leverage. This is an example of how much leverage they truly have.
Yeah,
this is a good point. This is a good point, though. That is a valid point. Like your availability is on the line when it comes to it. But yeah, that's a valid point.
I still don't think they should be asking people.
But what I'm curious about is, because they're going to come up. They are. They're going to come up. They're going to figure out how many. They're going to probably have the numbers out of what teams qualify to have that can have a full vaccinated rules and all the other stuff. So when they do that, I'm kind of curious to see which teams hit the number, which ones don't. I think that it's going to be a lot of. It's going to be. I don't think I'll be shocked if 5 teams in the NFL hits that 80% or 75%.
Yeah,
whatever number they have.
Real quick, we didn't talk about it. What do you think about Cole Beasley? What he said? Because he was like, "Yo, I'll retire, bro."
Then he retire. That's his decision. Like, bro, like that's his decision. It's kind of like, folks at work were like, "Well, I ain't gonna come back," and I'm like, "Well, then you don't have to come back. That means you don't have to get paid. That's your call. Like that's your decision. If that's what you want to make as a decision, you're a grown person. And if you don't want to play no more, you ain't got to play."
I think what should happen is
I'll take him out of my fantasy rankings. That's all that's going to happen.
Personally, how I think they should be asking these questions and handling these questions. I think that the team needs to, if anybody should be answering the questions, it's the team, right? The team should be releasing how many people have it and how many people don't. Like they ain't got to release the names, but release the percentages, right?
Well,
if you're gonna ask somebody, then do it that way. Don't be asking individuals, bro. Don't be doing it. Don't be doing that. That's unnecessary.
Believe you me, bro. They're gonna they're gonna definitely have the numbers because they're gonna probably because the media's gonna ask if they hit the percentage. Rule said that he ain't near what they need to hit.
Yeah, he did say
Like
that. He did
he
say
ain't.
that.
They're not near where they need to be, and he wants them to be. That's the thing. And then I don't think it has nothing to do with everybody should get vaccinated. I think it's more about the fact that he knows that he's going to be at a distinct disadvantage if they don't. There's things that
That's
he's not
out of
going to
his
be allowed to.
control, bro.
Yeah,
It's
there's
certain
things
things
that he's not going to be allowed to do as a coach if they don't.
it's some things that's out of COVID is out of your control, bro. Like you could do about it. You there's nothing you can do about it, bro. Like you got to go with the punch. I think he's doing a good job at kind of handling what he can handle. That's all he can do. And shout out to Cody,
Absolutely.
man. Shout out to Cody from
Yeah, shout
CP
out to Cody.
Podcast. Shout out to you guys, bro. But yeah, man, I just think that at the end of the day, again, the team needs to be, if anybody needs to answer questions, the team, right? The team, ask the team what the percentage is, and then derive your answers from there. You'll have all the answers you need to know from that. That's all you need to know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give a note to all the players out there. If you actually do watch our show, and if you do, we really appreciate you watching our show. But I just want to give you guys a heads up, man, because I don't think you're aware. If you say it's a personal decision and I want to disclose that, that means you didn't get it. Let's just keep.
That's a fact.
You didn't get it, and look,
and
if you didn't get it, bro, it's fine. You don't have to get it. It's your call. But don't be like, oh, it's a personal decision. I don't want to disclose it, fam. If you out acting like that, you didn't get it, and it's fine.
Facts.
And it's fine.
Like we're gonna know if you ain't get it, but like I just been like, yo, next question. Like just move on. Bro. Like, yo, come on. But we know they don't have it. We know they're probably not gonna get it. So let's move on. It is what it is. Ain't nothing we could do about it. There ain't nothing the team could do about it. You're not gonna stick it in. You can't force it. The vaccine on your boy. You can put these restrictions up, but he can still not get it. A lot of players probably still aren't gonna get it based on these restrictions.
So, dude, I think the big key is the part where it says you ain't got to deal with the media. That alone might be worth people not getting it, because that means they ain't got necessarily to deal with interviews. So, like that alone might be worth it for some of the players, because a lot of them don't like dealing with the media as it is.
It's true. It's true.
So, like that might be the reason alone to be like, nah, I ain't gonna get it.
All right. Well, it's interesting. You ready to move on to the next topic, Dave?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's get it. Front office update. So some interesting things have been happening in the front office. They have shucked and jived, moved and grooved, renamed some positions, and I think it's interesting. I think it's pretty interesting. There was a couple titles I wanted to kind of call out because nothing really major happened. I just think it's really interesting because I think it's time. Tepper, when he first bought the team, he said, "I got to modernize the front office. I gotta get it right." And I think they've gone. They've taken some steps to make it happen, and I think this is some really cool stuff going on.
Shout out to 89 J Stone. Let me tell you something, man. That's going to be the first thing everybody's going to ask if they catch the Rona. That's the first thing they're going to ask. So get ready, guys.
Yeah,
that's the way it's going to be. All right, moving on.
So the front office, we got some updates, some names. I'm gonna call out a few, right? So this is interesting. I want to send a huge shout out to Steve Drummond because this dude right here, bro, it's crazy. This dude is now the vice president of football operations, and senior advisor to ownership and management, which is crazy, right? Because if you've been following the team for a long time, this dude has been around for a minute. He's been around for 16 years with the Panthers, bro. He was assistant director of communications. Director of Communications, Director of Communication Digital Media, most recently the Vice President of Communication and External Affairs, and then now he is Vice President of Football Operations. That's crazy. And I think he's going to be groomed because he's a minority, right? So I think he might be one of those guys that's groomed up to potentially be a GM. It's a good move, man. Shout out to Steve Drummond, man. This dude's a boss, bro. I like what he's doing, man. Shout out to Steve, bro. Any thoughts on Steve Drummond, Dave?
Shout out to Steve, man. I'm happy for him, but now he might get us a draft pick in the future.
Facts. A couple of them, depending on where they go, where he goes. But yeah, man. So and then they renamed Samir Suleiman's role. He's now the director of player negotiations instead of salary cap manager or whatever he was prior. And then this is an interesting one too. Cornerbacks coach / director of player evaluations, Evan Cooper, who is also a minority, could be kind of getting him one foot in the door to kind of get in that front office. I just think it's interesting with some of these changes, man. Again, I think it was time for us to modernize the front office, and I think they're doing that with some of these changes. Any thoughts on those, Dave?
It's interesting, particularly the fact that this man about to be he's a corner coach and he's a front
Yeah,
office guy.
that's why I called that one out, because that one kind of threw me off. But this dude is I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know what they're doing. So a couple other things here. Obviously, Dan Morgan, he's going to be the assistant GM. They're not showing on the screen right now, but just reading these off. Dan Morgan's assistant GM, and then Pat Stewart was promoted to vice president of player personnel. They moved EJ Barthel from his coaching assistant role to pro scout and hired Cole Spencer as the new director of college scouting. And then longtime scout Jeff Murrow is now senior personnel executive. So they also added some national scouts too, and then some new regional guys. So it's interesting what they're doing. It's about time they kind of modernized the front office, added some people, added some roles, moved some positions around. I just thought it was dope. Any more thoughts on the front office stuff?
Nah, man, we can move on to the next topic.
All right. Let's get into these player interviews. Man.
Well, actually, before we get into the player interviews, we got a bunch. I probably need to talk to you guys about Manscaped, man. So, summer's coming and hotter days are just around the corner. Keep cool with the help of our friends at Manscaped, who just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, man. The 4.0. Complement your summer grooming routine with the trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for the summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping using the code PNP. Look, man, Father's Day just happened. Hopefully you didn't get no nicks down in your area, you know what I'm saying? But if you've been using the product, you shouldn't have that problem, right, Rashad?
Facts. You've been using the joint, your joint's been smooth in a mug.
Absolutely. So it's time to bundle up with the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the new Lawnmower 4.0. It's truly the GOAT of all men's body trimmers. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage and travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn the 4,000 KOD spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Did I mention the trimmer is waterproof too? In the shower or under the sun, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer for you. Want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker, the perfect tool to eliminate ear and nose hair. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formations. Before heading outside, use Crop Preserver down under deodorant to keep you on your game in the heat. After a long day of trimming, the lawn and whacking the weeds in the summer, heat boosts your freshness with the Crop Reviver. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. And just a reminder, guys, you get 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. Stay fresh this summer and shine with Manscaped. And always remember, your balls will thank you.
Facts. All right, let's get into this Christian McCaffrey interview. All right, because we got a bunch. We're gonna go through each player interview, kind of pick out some of the top moments. And obviously, they asked Christian McCaffrey about the vaccination. But to me, the most interesting part was when they talked about practicing situational football, and somebody asked about how they practicing this earlier, and who said something about situational football, and they everybody tried to crucify him for it. But Christian McCaffrey said it was good that they're practicing situational football early. He said it's good to know to see what the defense is thinking. A couple other things about it, but he said it's good that they're practicing it now in minicamp, just to kind of get some of that out of the way now. So any thoughts on this interview, Dave?
This is the first one I heard. Yeah, the situational football discussion was interesting. The vaccination discussion was interesting. As soon as he said, "Oh, I'm going to keep it to myself," I said, "Oh boy,
yeah,
he's going to get crucified." Even though it's his decision, the man's going to get crucified. But it's his call. He can do what he wants. So,
outside of vaccination, anything?
nah.
Yeah, his interview was real chalk. It really did.
Yeah.
Kind of. There was nothing really kind of glean from it. They were asking him questions about Sam Darnold, him being comfortable, and they really didn't ask nothing groundbreaking. I think the best question was when he asked about situational football. I think that was actually a David Newton question too. I give him props for that. He usually asks him dumb questions. And then the other question they asked him was about the that I thought was interesting was about the the mentorship. Atlanta Getzenberg asked him, is there anybody that you used to learn from? He mentioned Fozzie Whitaker and all those Jonathan Stewart. Yeah. But then he mentioned something about how Spencer Brown did a move in practice, and he's going to add that move to his repertoire. So he just mentioned that, I'm learning some stuff from these young cats too. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Man. But
I know he's ready.
It's pretty chalk.
Yeah, I know he's ready to get back in there, man. I know he feels like he's got a lot to prove this upcoming season. So I'm rooting for him to have a really good season. He's still my number one running back in fantasy, vaccinated or not.
Yeah, he's gonna get fed. He's gonna get fed.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to C-Mac, man. I think he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready to come back stronger than ever. But yeah, that's all I got from him, man. It was real chalk interview. Moving on, Sam Darnold, another chalk interview. We've heard from him about 3 or 4 times. Again, they asked him about the vaccination. He declined to talk about it. One of the most interesting points to me was when he talked about the system, and he said they asked him about footwork, and he said that the more I get comfortable with the system, everything else will come. So that was really the biggest thing I got from him, other than, him walking around Charlotte and people may not know who he is. Some people know who he is, some people don't. So another chalk interview, didn't really get nothing from him. Dave, what about you? Real quick, hold on. Will C-Mac be successful if Darnold sucks? Yes, because he's done it with other sucky quarterbacks. Yeah. That's when C-Mac shines, actually. The worse the quarterback is, the better C-Mac
he rolls. That's hilarious, man. But it's true.
If we get a good quarterback, then C-Mac's touches are going to go down because he can actually throw the football and get it to the right people. But go ahead.
Nah, Dave. him getting comfortable with the system. I mean, I get it. I'm trying to temper my expectations at this point. And I'm going to tell you something, man. And I think I said this before about the vaccination situation with Sam. I think he's going to get crucified more than any other player if he catches COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Point blank
he will. They're going to kill him if he gets
They're going to crush him. They're going to crush him. He's going to get crucified. Fair, whether you think it's fair or not, he's going to get crucified. Because if he gets COVID this year and he didn't get vaccinated, there's going to be another thing saying, well, he still can't stay healthy. He can't do what he needs to do.
For me,
for him.
Yeah, for me, man, all the vaccination stuff aside, man, I just want to see Sam come out there and win. I want to see some dog out of Sam, bro. Like, I ain't really. And the thing is,
I think he got, and I think he got it in him. That's the thing. I really, legitimately think he got that shit in him, man. I really do. I do. I just haven't seen it yet.
We'll see. We'll see. But one interesting thing that Matt Rule, we won't necessarily talk about Matt Rule. We'll may pick some pieces out of what he said. But what Matt Rule said was, they're throwing a lot at Sam, and they want to see him struggle. They want to see him, to push him to see if he can pick things up. And they want him to struggle to kind of see what they got to improve on. So I thought that was an interesting take. I guess they're not really babysitting him. They're not like kind of like force. I mean, they're not handling him with yeah, those, and they're really pushing him. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So that because I think I've seen a couple articles or is Sam struggling and blah 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 blah. I'm like,
But they were saying that the offense that he's running right now isn't as compared to what he had. It's not as complicated as what he had with Gage. So if he's struggling with this, we got bigger problems, bro.
I don't know because you saw that highlight. The highlight reel that I posted, there was some interceptions, not necessarily by him because they were from PJ and Will Greer as well. But there was just some things out there saying that he might be struggling a little bit out there. But again, Dave, you got to he is learning a new system, dog. Like it's like minicamp, bro. Like it's gonna take some time. You got to get some chemistry going. So it'll be a little bit. It's gonna be give Sam some time. I just need him to win week 1 through 3. If he can win those games, that's off to a good start. We'll see what happens from there. But again, from this particular interview this week, I didn't really get anything new. Nothing new. Any more thoughts on Sam Darnold?
Nah, man, we good on Sam, man. I just need him to get ready. Just keep preparing, bro. That's all I can ask for at this point.
Yeah, and get your couch, bro. He still doesn't have his couch.
Yeah, he still doesn't have his couch. That's amazing.
All right,
but he's got a lot of money. He could just buy a couch.
Nah, he wants his couch. He said he's gonna get on a shipping company if they don't deliver his shit. That's what he said. All right, moving on from Sam. Hassan Reddick. Now this is where stuff started to get a little bit interesting because second or third time we've heard from Hassan, but couple interesting notes when he started talking about the scheme. He said that it's very similar scheme to what he ran in Temple when he was there with Phil Snow, but it's also very similar to what he ran in Arizona. So I don't know if they brought that, they kind of watched the film and kind of put him in places to see, because I really think that this man he snapped last year. He had double-digit sacks. So he snapped, bro.
Same thing.
He was feasting, bro. He was eating on some snacks. Pause. But the best part to me was when they asked him about lining up next to Brian Burns, and he said, "quote It should be scary and nothing to be taken lightly." Bro, Dave, I'm predicting right now we're gonna have 2 double-digit sack guys on the team next year. We going back to Monsters Inc. Brian Burns, Hassan Reddick, double-digit sacks on deck. Calling it right now.
Defense should be top 10, bro.
I'm calling it right now. I'm all in, bro. I'm all in. Double-digit sacks. 2 dudes. I'm rolling. Anything else? Anything else from you, Dave? Did you get from?
Yo, there's one thing I'm looking forward to is our defense, bro, and he showed that during that interview. And I think he's ready to go. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Hassan, he still got something to prove, right? People forget he's still on a 1-year deal. Like he's got a 1-year deal, bro. Like so, if he goes out there and bombs, he messing with his own money at this point. Hassan got something to play for. He gonna be playing for you. Best believe he gonna bring that same energy he brought last year, bro. He's gonna be ready. Hassan gonna be ready. Double-digit sacks. I'm calling it right now. Double-digit sacks for Hassan Reddick. So nothing else, Dave, from Hassan?
Nah, man, we good on Hassan.
All right, moving on.
What we got next? Taylor
Moton, the franchise. That's what they call him, Dave. They call him the franchise.
They did call him
the franchise tag. Ha 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 ha. Because he's a franchise tag. The franchise. Get it?
Get it. They also called him Timo, but I realized that he's not a member of Goody Mob, so he got to change his name.
Nah, definitely.
Franchise sounds better. Because even though he's on the tag, he's probably still the franchise. This is why you got to sign this man. You need to pay this man.
Yeah, he and they talked about that. They talked about him playing on the franchise tag, and he was like, "Yo, I'm cool with it. I'm blessed to be here. I'm rolling with it." I didn't like how Joe Person said he didn't have a choice. He pretty much told him he didn't have a choice to play on the franchise tag, and I thought that was BS because he had a choice.
That's super disrespectful.
It was very disrespectful. I didn't like the way he said that either. But he told him that he didn't have a choice to play on the franchise tag, but to play on the franchise tag. But anyway, but yeah, man. So you got to pay the man. You got to pay this dude. And I thought, it was interesting. A lot of people could seem convinced that he's going to be playing some left tackle. I don't. I think he's just taking reps at left tackle just to take reps at left tackle, just in case something happens.
They did have an interesting discussion about like the deltas about playing right versus left, and how he talked about how you're naturally a right tackle guy, and talk about how the differences in the scheme and differences in the playbook and things of that sort playing left tackle. So that was a pretty good.
It was very interesting. He talked about you have to essentially flip everything when you're playing right to left. He said he's a right tackle. I played right tackle in college. I'm a right tackle, and obviously you play. So a lot of the stuff that we said, he could be playing left tackle due to the contract to get bigger money. That may be true, but I don't think he's going to be the guy at left tackle, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think he's just taking reps at left tackle just to be prepared, just in case if something happens, he can be ready, just in case he has to jump in there. But I don't think he's going to be playing. And then even Matt Rule's even asked about it. They asked him about playing if Mo was going to play left tackle, and he said, "Nah. If he was going to play left tackle, we would have moved him there by now, and he would have been taking snaps full time left tackle." And so that's not the case. So I want everybody to pump the brakes on Moton at left tackle. Although essentially, Matt Rule said the same thing I said, is that you playing where he's best at, and that's right tackle. And even Moton said it during his interview. He said, "I'm a right tackle." So it is what it is. And he's been, Sideshow Rob says that that's funny. Sideshow Rob says that Christensen is the Timo's replacement, which could be true because he's essentially, grooming them, and it could be if they haven't paid him by now. One has to wonder. Dave, what's your thoughts on
that? He's not playing left tackle, bro. He's gonna be right tackle. At first, I thought he would be LT, but he's not.
What about Christensen being the future right tackle, and us not paying Moton and letting him walk?
That's gonna happen. If we don't get a deal done before the season, I think that's pretty much imminent at that point, man. And I think the fan base will be furious.
No, they don't care about the offensive line, Dave. Only I care about the offensive line.
No, they'll be furious. If they let Moton walk, I think they'll be furious. Especially if like the left tackle is terrible, they'll be furious. Furious, I'll tell you. Yeah, if.
You're saying if? Okay.
I have to say if. They haven't played it down yet, have they?
You got some hope, Dave.
No, they haven't played it down yet, have they? No. It was still if. If, like Janet, if. I've been doing a lot of Janet quotables today. If.
We'll see. We will see. All right, anything else from Taylor Moton?
Nah, man. I will say I've never seen a Taylor Moton interview until yesterday, and the voice that came out was not expected.
Yeah, he's intellectual, man. The man can speak.
Not saying that he's not smart. I'm talking about like the tone. Like
what I didn't say.
He's not
manly enough?
No, absolutely not.
That's what you're trying to. I bet you're gonna say that to his face.
No, man. So you out here trying to instigate for no reason. That's not the intention. My point is that it's sometimes a situation where like you see somebody and you expect a certain type of growl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get said growl. There was a different type of voice that came out.
You heard it here first. Dave said
Taylor Moton is not manly. No, don't do that. It's kind of like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was out here knocking folks out left and right. You expected that voice out of him? Like, if you never seen Mike Tyson in your life, you just watch his boxing matches, and then you see that man coming out here talking about, I'll eat your children. You wouldn't expect that voice coming out of Mike Tyson. Same concept. Dangerous as hell, really good. Didn't see that voice coming.
You heard it here first. Dave said Taylor Moton is not manly.
Don't do that.
And his voice is weak.
Don't do that.
That's what Dave said.
So you out here instigating for no reason.
I'm gonna tell him you said that at training camp too.
You go ahead, bro, because best believe after them COVID protocols, I don't think I'm going.
You bugging.
Did you hear about like you saw we didn't even talk about the training camp.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Well, it's not up here, but we'll get to it if we got extra time. All right. Moving on. JC Horn. This one was interesting. Dave, I didn't even catch the mini holdout, bro. Like he had a little mini holdout that nobody's talking about, which brings me to a point. One has to wonder if JC Horn, the chip on his shoulder, is huge because nobody talked about his mini holdout. Had this been anybody else, any quarterback, insert quarterback, if this would have been any other player, if this would have been like a Micah Parsons or somebody else, fam, it would have been crazy. They would have been all over the news. Like
one of the benefits of playing in Charlotte, bro. One of the benefits of playing in Charlotte. One of the benefits of playing in Charlotte, man. That man held out. Nobody really talked about it.
If they talked about it, I missed it. I don't miss much. I don't know how I missed it.
The dude ain't signed a deal, so you expect him to show up until the deal's signed.
Well, the deal is signed now. So everybody that's may or may not be aware, the deal is signed now. But he did have a mini holdout, and apparently something wasn't right in the contract. They asked him about it. He said, "I leave that up to my people. My people handed it. I'm just here to play football." That's the right answer. But I didn't even catch it. So, which is just crazy to me because, like I said, if anybody else. If it would have been anybody else, fam, it would have been all over the daggone, all over the interwebs. So it's just crazy to me, man. Yeah, I think Terrace Marshall held out like a day longer than JC. Yeah,
I don't blame it. By the way,
that's after the fact. I'm talking about while it was happening. Like nobody talked about it while it was happening. He missed a couple OTA practices, and nobody in the media said that. Oh, no, JC Horn's missing today. Like, nobody said it. Nobody pointed it out. The
thing is, man, Fields playing in Chicago, bro. That's a different type of market in Chicago versus us. But I think the big thing right now, was, he benefited from playing in Charlotte. And I don't blame these players for holding out, especially the rookies, because they get hurt.
Yeah, but it's like language, a little bit of language. In the I didn't see it, and I don't know how I missed it. And I'm telling you, I don't miss much. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe I was in Costa Rica when it happened.
Might have been.
I don't know. That could be the case. Could have been the case. But yeah, man, these dudes are smart, man. And again, it's not really about the money. It's about language in the contract because they can only make so much. It's certain little nuances in the contract that they got to get taken care of. That's pretty much what the deal is. So it was a mini. That's why I had mini holdout. It wasn't a full on holdout. It's the mini holdout. It was a mini holdout. Another interesting thing that I found while listening to him, he said that I've been watching film on AJ Bouye, which is interesting, and it looks like those players are caught off guard when he asked them questions. This dude's a film junkie. We got one. I think we got one, bro. This dude is special, man. This dude's just different. I think he's gonna be a beast. And I'm hoping that he makes me forget about Justin Fields.
Rashad, come on, bro.
I'm just saying. Yes, he will. If he ball, yes, he will. He could. Elite level cornerback play will make me forget about Justin
Fields. When Carolina plays at 1. If Chicago's playing at 4, you watch Chicago, and it's okay. You got to see how Justin's doing over there in them Chicago streets. Looks like he's going to get the starting job, too, by the way.
That's crazy. If he starts day 1, that's crazy.
It's looking like he's going to get every opportunity to get that starting job,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
but I like J.C. Horn, but again, I'm hoping he's able to maybe forget about Justin Fields because I'm
I'm
not.
going to be honest, bro. You shouldn't be mad at J.C. Horn because of
No,
Justin Fields.
it has not. No,
No,
for
but my
sure,
point is that
for
it's
sure.
not. Well, no, my thing is, it's not. Is if you're gonna be mad, if you're gonna be angry at something, you got to be angry with Sam because Sam Darnold's the reason why Justin Fields is in here, not JC.
True.
If
No,
we
I
don't trade,
agree. I
yeah,
agree with you, bro. I agree.
if we don't trade for Sam Darnold, Justin Fields will probably be on the radar.
I agree. I don't disagree there at all. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
Dalton for the first half of week one.
So, anything else on JC Horn? Anything else that you heard from his? Real,
I can't.
They asked him about like what's one of the hardest things to from the transition from the college to NFL. He said like it was difficult to remember people's names, not X's and O's. He just said it's difficult to remember people's names. I thought that was interesting. That's how easy the game comes to this cat. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to JC Horn, man. Anything else on JC Dave?
Nah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing this kid play, man. I really am.
I am too, bro. I am too. Can't wait to training camp, man. I'm gonna be all over this cat. All right, so moving on. Moving on. Dave, Cam Irving. There's one bullet here, Dave. He's a left tackle, bro.
Sure.
There's no other options. According to him and according to what he thinks, and they asked him about it a couple times. And they even asked Matt Rule. Matt Rule said pretty much Cam Irving's the guy, bro. Cam Irving is the guy. How do you
Are
feel
you
about
ready? Or how do
How you
you
feel
feel
about
about that?
Nah, you the
Come
one that
on.
said you confident, and you said you said it. I got all the confidence in the world in the offensive line because they haven't played the snap yet.
No,
That's what you said.
I said I can't be critical of a line that I haven't seen play yet. That's what I said. Look, man, I guess he gave it sounds like he gave Moten his nickname too, by the way.
The franchise, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what they said. Yeah, it's interesting with this dude. He talked about playing for. He compared himself to Sam Darnold, in that they bounced around and needed a fresh start. And he said he's hoping same thing with Sam, and they kind of got the parallel there. He said I'm the left tackle. He was kind of on the fence, not really on the fence. I would have liked to seen a little bit more confidence behind I'm the left tackle. Like he said, he pretty much said according from what I know, I'm the left tackle. That's pretty much what he said. So I wish I would have had a little bit more confidence behind that. And like, yo, I'm the dude. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm not, a little bit more umph there, but it is what it is. It is
He's
what
the
it is.
LT, bro.
Yeah, he's a left tackle, bro. He's a left tackle, man. So it's gonna be interesting week one. See what happens. So anything else on Cam Urban Dave?
I want him to succeed. He just hasn't shown it yet. I'm still worried about the line, even
I was
though I'm trying to.
Urban Cam was good at Florida State. He was great at Florida State.
This ain't college, bro.
It's not college. He was great at Florida State though. It's just that he got moved to center too. Played a lot. He played all over the place. I mean, the dude's been. That's what makes him kind of good. Is that you can move him around. If he sucks at one place, you can kind of just move him around, put him in another place. He's done that his whole career. He's played center, played tackles, played guards, played them all. So, I mean, again, for me, when I'm talking about left tackle, I don't want a guy that's a jack of all trades. I want a guy that's a elite left tackle.
No,
I
I
want a
agree.
guy. Just give me the left tackle, bro. And that's what I've been clamoring for this entire offseason. It even it just appears that nobody's confident about left tackle. Even Matt Rule, we got some guys. We got Cam, we got all these guys. And then I think who somebody said it the other day, right? I think on the show, if you got options at left tackle, there are no. What was the quote?
If you have multiple left tackles, you don't have any.
Exactly. And I agree with that because right now we've got multiple options, meaning we don't have a left tackle. And it's one thing, you can talk about Sam Darnold offensive line all you want with the Jets. He had a left tackle, and that's his blind side, the most important side. And we'll see how it works out. I'm hoping for the best though. People say we too negative, so we Cam Irvin's the guy. So yay, let's get it.
Don't bring the offensive line of Sam Darnold out here getting crushed. That's all I'm gonna say. Put it all on Sam. Don't blame the line if he's on his ass and running around like Teddy was. Put it all on Sam. Put everything on Sam.
So this is interesting. I did see this quote out there, or this article, or somewhere that Trey Turner said he's 100% ready to go. Would you sign him? And that is a no for me. I'm good. We've got a lot of guards. Guard ain't the problem. Get the left tackle. And it's nothing against Trey. I think we have good guards.
Unless Trey knows how to play left tackle, I have no interest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trey is good. He's a good player, bro. But we have plenty of guards, and I think we got some guys that I think some young guys that they need that can play. Give them some snaps. Give me some guys. Give me some of those guys. Pause. Trey is good, but I'm good. I'm good on Trey, bro. Let the young guys play. Let's make it crack with them. But I'm good on Trey. We got to stop falling in love with these dudes. That's they kind of. I'm not saying Trey's washed up, but bro, his injury history is crazy. Even when he was healthy, he wasn't very good with the Chargers. On the back end of the Panthers' career, he wasn't very good. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. We got to start falling in love with these and getting all warm and cozy. What would I rank our offensive line for this upcoming season? What do you mean?
As in, like, compared to other teams, like, where would you rank them out of all the teams in the league? I'm still thinking.
I would say below average. I like where PFF had us at 18. I would probably put us at like 20, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking 20.
I'm at maybe 20, 18 to 20 in that range. I don't think we have potential to be really good depending on the guards. That left tackle scares me. Oh yeah, shout out to Big Low. Big Low, we got to link up too, bro. We got to link up. I haven't forgot. I just got to find some time. But yeah, man, for sure. Top 5 is crazy, bro.
Dude, we got a shot. Like I don't think that's out of the question. Top 5 defense ain't out of the question. That's why I go back to I don't need Sam Darnold to be like a slinger. I just need him to be game manager, Sam.
Here's some optimism. He came in. He was drafted by the Browns where Joe Thomas, the Hall of Fame left tackle, was there. Cam wasn't started there. He went to the Chiefs. Didn't have a solid spot. And then last year with Dallas, their whole O-line essentially got hurt. So there's some optimism there. So you give him the left tackle position, maybe he can go. We'll see what happens.
I hope he
Yay, offensive line. No, Dave, we don't have a 20th ranked offensive line. Our offensive line is top 10. That's what they want us to say, Dave.
Fam, I'm not saying that shit. You can say that shit by your damn self.
Yo, that's what they want us to say, Dave. They want us to be happy. Go, yo, we got a top 10 offensive line. Yo, book it right now. Cam Irvin's elite. That's what they want us to do, Dave.
The last time we had a top 10 offensive line, my daughter wasn't born, bro. Moving on.
Yo, that's what they want us to do, Dave. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. What's Sasha Rock? Top 10 everything. That's what they want us to say, Dave. Elite.
Moving on.
Yo, Dave, that's what they want us to say, bro. We got top 10 everything. Sam Darnold, top 10. He top 5. Sam Darnold, the top 5 QB.
If Sam Darnold can spread the ball quickly, he won't need the offensive line.
Yeah, we said the same thing about Teddy, and that ain't work. You have to have a good offensive line, bro. And our offensive line is going to be.
It don't even have to be good.
Only because that's what they want us to say. That's what they want us to say.
The thing is, bro, the line ain't got to be good. The line just got to be manageable. It's got to be decent. It just can't be terrible. And we're leaning towards terrible here. Like I think people gotta people gotta people gotta understand what the expectation of Sam Darnold is. Like Sam Darnold, we've already seen, because the reason why we traded for him because we thought that we can give him better pieces here versus what the Jets gave him. So we already know that man's got to have pieces around him to succeed. And the one piece that you ain't got right is the line.
Facts.
So we already know that man's got to have pieces to succeed. We've already seen what happens when he doesn't have pieces to succeed. He's a terrible quarterback. He's awful. So if we're going to out here try his behind out here with no offensive line and you expect him to be great, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yo, Samuel L. Darnold, that's funny. That's funny. All right, so let's move on. We got a couple. I think we got one more to talk about. And we good. Yes, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yo, that hair had me in stitches the entire time.
Robbie Anderson, dog.
Yo, Robbie sounds like he just literally got out of his house to talk to his boy about what happened last night.
That's why I love him, yo. That's why I love Robbie Anderson, bro. Robbie Anderson is the realest cat. First of all, he talked about, and there's a couple. I couldn't put all the points because his interview is actually pretty good if you listen to it. But he talked about his hiatus and how he was been working out with his trainer. They got a nice little regimen going on. He didn't want to interrupt that, and he got some things. To me, what I got from this interview is that Robbie Anderson has something he's working on. He's working on himself. And he is a guy that don't care about what nobody else is saying. He got approval from his coaches. The coaches didn't care about where he was. They were cool with it. And so he was doing his thug thizzle. Now, he didn't care that he was only, they kept saying, did you care about you the only guy that didn't show up? Robbie was like, nah, I'm cool. I was doing my thing. And I love Robbie for that, bro. Robbie is cool, man.
Yo, Robbie was like, you ain't gonna say nothing to me is gonna make me think I did the wrong thing about not showing up last week.
Facts.
Yo, Robbie had no interest in hearing all your hollers and your prayers and anything that you had to say to that man about why he wasn't there to follow the previous week. He had none of it because he pretty much said it wasn't mandatory. Talked to my coaches, said I could do what I want as long as I stayed healthy, had my training thing going. Screw all you guys. I'm doing me. Facts. I'm here when it needs to be here. They out here finding that man on his dang on flight, getting off his plane and shit. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Shout out to Jeremy.
Hey, shout out to Jerry. But hey, Robbie, man, is a cool dude, bro. Coolest dude in the world. Hey, real quick. Yep.
He said he preferred the slot. That was an interesting discussion.
Yeah, it was. So that's the thing. So the slot versus outside wide receiver conversation was interesting because he said, "Yeah, I can do both, but I prefer the slot because I can." He said, "I can get jiggy in the slot," and I think so. This is why it's an interesting conversation because a lot of people, brought up, "Oh, why are they not throwing it deep to Robbie? He's so fast. He's a deep threat." And you got to get it to him deep. You got to get him to do him deep. Pause. But the thing is that Robbie prefers the ball in his hands. Pause. Okay. He wants to get the ball quick and make moves with the ball in his hands. That's what he prefers. He said it in the interview. He's like, I want to get the ball quick and I want to go. That's why, everybody wants to bring up his yak yardage from last year. He had a shit ton of yak yardage. That's by design, bro. He wanted that. And I think he went up to Joe Brady and was like, yo, this is what I want to do. I had a lot of opportunity. They gave me the ball, and it worked out. He's a 1,000-yard receiver for the first time, and then people go and complain about how it happened. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very interesting, man.
That means Marshall's going to probably be on the outside if they're going to get that man a preference. He probably going to play slot.
DJ be in the slot. DJ is the best. That's where he need to be. DJ is a beast in the slot, bro. He's like Robbie Anderson double when he got the ball in his hands. So I would prefer, and that's the problem. Like, you got a lot of guys that are versatile. Not really a problem. It's a good problem to have. So I didn't mean to say that in a bad way, but you got a lot of guys. You got to find the best way to get them to use them. And I just feel like, DJ's the best inside guy, especially taking over that Curtis role. Go ahead.
I don't disagree there, but I don't know if they're gonna. I think I think it's pretty much a done deal that Marshall, if he's healthy and he starts, he'll probably be on the outside. I think they're going to probably try to get Robbie in more inside though, and keep DJ outside. I really think they're going to go that route.
Again, I think you got the good thing about this is you got guys that can play everywhere. Even Terrace Marshall could play in the slot. All three of those guys can play in the slot. They're probably all going to get some love there, and then they are going to rotate in and out. And it's gonna be glorious thing if Sam Darnold works out. But those dudes, and I agree. Dave don't agree though. Dave definitely.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Nah, Dave hates DJ Moore.
I don't.
If you new here, hey, pause. Hey, that's funny. That is funny, actually. This is funny. But Dave doesn't like DJ Moore.
I love DJ Moore. He got his jersey. I agree, man. I need this season to speed up. I still got NBA playoffs though.
Facts. But yeah, man, that was a good interview. He talked about improving on last season, and he talked about just having the opportunity. He's got more opportunity here than other places. That was key, right? I think he got pigeonholed to being a deep threat, and here he got the opportunity to get some catches underneath, and then use his yak ability. I think that's what he likes. So again, all those folks complaining about Robbie Anderson not being used deep, I think that's by his preference. So just take a look at that. All right. So that being said, I think that's got a couple more things. ESPN Upstate every Thursday, 1 p.m. Rob Brown Show. Holla at your boy. Download that Odyssey app. Check us out. We're on hour 2 every Thursday. So hit that Odyssey app up. I'm gonna be on there this Thursday. I don't know what we're gonna be talking about. I never get the topics beforehand. It's just random stuff. So it's always fun talking to Rob. We had a really good discussion last week. He talked about some sleepers on his segment. He talked about some guys that I like, and I think it's funny because I was creating a list because I was going to do a sleepers video, and the four guys he came up with were he had 4 of the 5 guys. So he had I think he had Dan Arnold. Dan Arnold was one of my guys. He had Trent Scott. He had Daquan Jones, and he had who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? I don't remember who the other guy was. Sam Franklin. Those are the 4 guys he had as sleepers. On his show, we talked about it. It was really good discussion. So go back.
Daquan is a sleeper because he might not be starting.
Yeah. He's a sleeper, bro. He's definitely a sleeper, and I think he's going to be starting for sure. But he's a sleeper because he got let go from the Titans, and we picked him up, and I think he's going to have a bigger role here than he had there. Not really a sleeper. It's just kind of those guys that are going to have big years that are a little bit underrated. So those are guys that, and I agree, especially Dan Arnold. I'm a huge fan of Dan Arnold. I think he's going to ball out. He had a big minicamp day week last week, so we'll see what happens. David Moore could be one of those guys. He was a captain, but why did he get re-signed? That's the thing. Why didn't he get re-signed?
That's a good question because I have no idea.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, so Rob Brown Show. Check us out every Thursday, 1 p.m. Moving on, PNP Confidential. So if you are a member of Patreon, we got PNP Confidential where we discuss insider stories, have open Q&A, and we will be having this month's MVP giveaway. It's going to be Sunday, June 27th at 2 p.m. tentatively. We may adjust that time. Just hang tight. It may fluctuate. Maybe a little bit later in the afternoon for our West Coast folks. We don't know yet. Y'all got to let me know a good time that works for y'all. But PNP Confidential this Saturday. It's going to be lit. Patreon. Shout out to all our Patreon members. If you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. We are almost at 40 patrons, which is crazy. So support the channel. We appreciate all the support. It's dope. It helps us kind of grow the channel, invest in some things. So we appreciate all the Patreon members. Shout out to all the free agents: Game Dreamer, John Jarrell, LL Cool OYD, Lewis Watkins, Lunch Break Hot Take, Mark Lewis, Raucus, Savageness, Steve, John Erickson, who is a new guy. Appreciate you, Craig, Danny, Darius, Deontay, T Money, Nick, Aspen, Devin, Dominic, Jared, Sean. Shout out to Sean. He signed up after a little bit. He said he was going to do it, and he finally signed up. Appreciate that, brother. The franchise players. Ace, appreciate you, brother. Burns, Charles, D'Angelo, Darius, Eddie, William, John, my guys. Y'all up in there. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all support, bro. And the MVPs, Antoine, Austin, Coach P, Isaac Capricorn, Marcus, Noli, RJ, Charlton, Austin, Matthew. Appreciate all y'all guys, man. We really appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Not yet. No Hard Knocks team yet.
Yeah, I don't know when Hard Knocks is coming out, but the Cowboys are available to be on Hard Knocks. So I'd be surprised if they don't go with the Cowboys.
Wouldn't that be the third time that they've had the Cowboys?
Hey, stop sucking. That's America's team, though, right?
Man, why do people still call them America's team?
Because they still probably have the largest. They still have the largest fan base, though, Dave.
Bigger than Pittsburgh? Bigger than Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
I would venture to say so.
I don't know. We got to check those numbers, bro.
How do you check those numbers? How do you validate those numbers, Dave?
Well, I'll tell you what. The Steelers fan base travels better than Dallas. I can tell you that.
That might be true.
Well, ain't no might in it. They travel better than Dallas.
That might be true. I don't know. How do you measure that number? Do you travel with them, Dave? How do you know?
Nah, I just watch Steeler games on the road and see there's a lot of towels in there. And when I watch Cowboy games on the road,
that's because they don't got towels to wave. You don't know they're there.
No, but I mean, you would see but the crowd matters too. Like, you know, I've seen Steeler fans invade a road game and take it over. Like, take it over. I've never seen Dallas do that. I've never seen Dallas fans do that.
I don't know. And
even in the division game, bro. Like, I've seen them do it in division games.
Well, look who's in the division, Dave.
The Ravens, they don't have a fan base.
The Ravens do, but keep going.
Cleveland's trash, but they got a fan base. They just when they're trash.
Keep going.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, of course they're gonna take over those stadiums, Dave.
Steelers fans have taken over Panther games. Yeah, that has happened.
We've gotten taken over a couple times. We gotta do better. Yeah. But yeah, man. What were we gonna talk about? It was a topic that we skipped and we're gonna come back to.
Training camp.
The good old training camp. And the restrictions. They were saying that which is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Which is crazy. They're saying that we will not be able to get autographs because let me see if I can find the
because of Rona.
Yeah, I think there was something. I guess we have to stay 20 feet away from team personnel or something like that. I forgot. Let me look up Joe Person's tweet. I gotta find it. But yeah, apparently there will be no autographs to gather at training camp, which completely sucks.
And it doesn't sound like they'll be close to the fans at all either.
No, like 20 feet, I think was the. So
you're literally gonna go out there.
Here we go.
To sit in that heat.
Fans will be permitted to attend training camp, provided they are more than 20 feet away from Tier 1 staff, including and I don't know what Tier 1 staff is, including players at all times, and adhere to physical distancing requirements. Fans will not be permitted to interact with players at any time. So it says, and just to continue on with that, this is from Tom Purcello. Strength and conditioning coaches must be fully vaccinated in order to get in the weight room while players are working out. Players who are not fully vaccinated must worry about. We know that. Okay, that goes into some of the same stuff. But yeah, so it sucks. And I agree. A lot can happen in a month. This is true. Things could change. Things could change, and it is better than last year's training camp. At least we'll be able to be
Yeah,
there and get some footage. I think we'll be able to sneak out a couple autographs. I think we'll be able to sneak out a couple.
yeah, you better hope they change
You
those
could be like,
restrictions.
"Yo, take this to your boy," because
Mm.
it said tier one. What is tier one staff? Tier one staff to me, that's like coaches. Like other staff, you know, you can be like, "Yo, can you get this signed for me?" I'm gonna make it happen, bro.
I know you're gonna try.
I'm gonna try for sure. I'm gonna try.
I think this whole COVID thing, man, it's impacting a lot of stuff. It kind of sucks. Like training camp normally is it's a crowded place, but I don't think it's gonna be as crowded if folks ain't gonna get autographs. You ain't gonna see as many kids, that's for sure.
Nah, I think you still see the kids. People still gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be as crowded, particularly because we don't really
Right.
we lack other than Christian McCaffrey. We don't have
Yeah.
a guy like we have Christian McCaffrey. Let me not say we don't have a guy, but like Christian McCaffrey is outside of him. Nobody wants to. Who else? Who we don't have Cam anymore.
So it's McCaffrey. Um, I think Chin's gonna be way more popular than we're gonna give him credit for on the
That's funny.
defensive side. I think offensively, I think DJ Moore's gonna have a DJ Moore's got a base.
Not
Not
like
Cam
it's
level,
not like a Cam. I mean, it's gonna be tough to get Cam level, but not even close.
but DJ Moore almost didn't he get 1,500 yards receiving last year or
Yeah,
something
but
like
don't
that?
nobody care about that, Dave. Don't nobody care about those kind of stats. He's like the most underrated receiver in the league right now. Like he's not like a diva wide receiver out there garnering a ton of attention. He's just, he goes out there, does his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, dudes is following or trying to chase after DJ like that.
Mm,
That's just me personally.
Robbie, nah.
No, it's nobody, bro. I think Brian Burns has a little
Burns,
bit of a following. After
Brian
that,
Burns.
that's really it, man. So I don't think it'll be packed at all out there. I think it's gonna be real low key. I'm definitely getting the Sam Darnold draft, dog. 100%. It's a 50% chance either it's gonna be worth something or it ain't. So it's 50-50, dog. 50-50. Dante, nah. Dante don't got no following like that. We don't got no. I mean, we don't got nobody, bro. It's not a bad thing. We just a young team. We just a young team, man. So it's okay.
I mean,
We
JC Horn
developing those
might
stars.
JC Horn might get more of a line than a lot of the players because he's a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't sat down and thought about it. And we didn't have training camp last year with Teddy, so we had no idea what the bar is because we haven't had a camless training
Yeah.
camp that
We
was open
haven't
to the
had it.
public yet.
Facts. We have not had a camless training camp yet. So that was open to the public. That's a very, very good point. So we don't know what it's like out there in these streets.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Ooh. This is Ooh. This
Mm.
is valid. Yo, this is crazy. This is true though.
Yeah,
LaMelo right now is a
they got the
superstar,
Lamelo.
dog.
Yeah, Lamelo. Yeah, I don't think he should have won Rookie of the Year either, but that's a whole
Nah, you
different
hating.
discussion.
You hating.
No, it's not hate.
You
No,
hating. Dave hating. Nah, you hating.
no. It's about
Dave
consistency,
hating.
bro. If you gonna
Mute the hate. Mute the hate. I'm playing. I'm playing. Go ahead, Dave. I'm playing. Go ahead. I'm
listen.
playing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me explain something to you, bro. My thing is this: if you're gonna give that man Rookie of the Year, then that means That means Embiid should have been MVP and not Jokic. Because if you're gonna go out, if it's about the number of games that you're playing, then Lamelo missed a lot of games, bro.
Dave,
You
you
should have
hating,
get
bro. Yo, look at
MVP.
hating.
I'm not
Hating.
hating.
Hating. Dave hating. You are
No,
a
I'm not.
hater.
This guy should have won. He played
No.
more. He played the majority of games, bro.
That don't
That
mean just because
matters.
you playing more games don't mean you better.
Duh. All right. So now we're saying that man ain't the truth to winning. You know what the what that team and the Hornets both have in common? Neither one of them
Both at
made the
home at the
playoffs.
crib.
Neither one of them made the playoffs. So what we saying? And they would have probably
Hey,
won
you a
5 if
hater,
it
bro.
wasn't for Edwards, man.
You hating, man. We gonna be lit next year. You about to make me go put on my
You,
LaMelo jersey real
look,
quick.
man, if you want to throw your LaMelo on, throw your LaMelo on,
You
bro.
hating, bro.
I'm not hating.
Man,
I'm
you
just
a
trying to
hater.
tell you, bro.
Man, I got
In
something
that
for you,
case,
Dave. Hold on.
nah.
I
Embiid
got
should have
something
been
for you, Dave.
MVP. I think he missed too many games. There ain't too many rookie of the years that's be out here missing 20 games. That's all I'm saying.
That's how good he is, Dave.
Bro, LeBron ain't winning rookie of the year if he misses 30 games, 20
Yes,
games.
he would. Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
You would. Dave, you hating, bro. Come on, dog. You
Guy.
hating.
This
Get your
guy.
weight up, Dave.
This
Hornets
guy.
all day. Buzz City. Zzz.
This
You
guy.
about to get stung, Dave.
That's what y'all do. Y'all do. Zzz. I remember doing that as a Hornets fan when we had Larry Johnson and a lot of them more. I don't recall.
Nice little outfit change.
Zzz. I don't recall that.
Y'all hating, bro. Come on, man. Come on, Dave. You
Yo,
got
if
chill
Melo
with the
didn't miss
hate,
any
bro.
game, if Melo didn't miss any games, he wins it. No question in my mind. Because he had a really good year. When he was healthy, he balled. No question. No doubt in my mind.
Better than good year, Dave. Better than good year.
Okay.
He had a rookie of the year type year, Dave.
Okay.
And you
Now,
hate.
Chris, why didn't MV win MVP then?
I can't answer that. I ain't MB. I don't know nothing about MB. Where MB at right now? He the same place Melo is.
Sitting home. But it ain't because of him, it's because of Ben Simmons. He out here playing with a torn meniscus. It ain't because of B was out here playing with a torn knee. And Ben Simmons all healthy, don't want to take a shot in the fourth quarter. I don't think I'm gonna blame this one on Embiid. Well, I got to say about that.
All day. Hey, I got a question because I've seen this on multiple occasions. I just got a question. Can you be? And I'm not trying to be funny. This is a legit question. Legit question. Can you be a Panthers fan and a Hawks fan?
You could, because if you were you might have been a Hawks fan because of Neat.
Atlanta Hawks.
No, you might have been a Hawks fan because of Neat. You might have been a Hawks fan when they had Lenny Wilkins and all other shit.
Boy, you had a long time to switch, bro.
Look, man, I'm just telling you, bro. The Hawks used to be good, consistently good.
I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me.
I know what you're saying. But my point is that you might have, if you were a fan during the Neat ages, you might still mess around with the Hawks. But I'll tell you what, you wait a long ass time of a struggle. Because the Hawks have been terrible for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. And you already switched to the Panthers, right? If you was a Hawks fan, did you switch? You made the switch to the Panthers.
But how do you know they were a Falcons fan? You assuming they were a Falcons fan already.
You switched from somewhere. So my point, Dave, my point was that you switched from somewhere. So if you was willing to switch from to the Panthers, then I'm assuming during that same period you would have switched from the Hawks.
Yeah, not if you had that loyalty to the Hawks. Like if you're a bigger NBA fan and you had that loyalty to the Hawks and you was a big Knicks fan, you might have made the decision to stick around.
Well, no, I'm not talking about necessarily bluntness. I'm not talking about him. I know he's a Hawks fan. I'm just saying in general, it's a lot. I've seen a lot of Hawks fans. It's not just him. It's a lot of Hawks fans. I'm just wondering like how that works.
When did they show up?
I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
I'm just trying to understand, because here's my thing, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I've always been this way about fans, yo. You got to be a fan when they good, and you got to be a fan when they struggling. You got to be a fan when they ball out of their mind, and you got to be a fan when it's dreadful. And I think there's sometimes this fan bases sometimes forget the dreadfulness of their squad. Like we ain't been talking about nobody been talking about no damn Atlanta Hawks until they started getting in. They fired their coach during the season.
I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. So I'm asking the question, and I ain't got no room to talk because I'm a bandwagon Hornets fan. I'm just gonna be real. I don't have an NBA team. Like LaMelo made me solidify my Hornets fandom. but I wanted to be a Hornets fan. I tried, but I just couldn't. Okay, so I'm a
Once
bandwagon Hornets fan.
once they moved the team, I was done. Like when they went to New Orleans, I was done. That was it. And then when the Bobcats showed up talking about a field, I was like, nope, can't do it. You know, it took my mascot away. You got an owner that's talking about fields and not courts, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah.
I live up here, bro. I live up here.
That's my thing too. Like, yo, like I get being a fan of where you live. Like that's what my thing. Like, yo,
but I can't be a
live there.
Patriots fan. Like I can't do it. It's not my being. I can't do it. And it's getting harder and harder to remain a Celtics fan, to be honest. I'll be keeping a buck. I wasn't a fan of them. I wasn't a fan of them moving Brad Stevens up to the front office. I was not a fan of that at all. No, I can never be a Patriots fan under any circumstances. Yeah, so Jared understands my struggle. Jared understood my pain. Dude, as soon as the Hornets left the first time, I was hurt. And they was like, oh, we're going to bring him back. And then you had the Bobcats.
You got to pick one, bro. You got to pick one. Hornets, Panthers, and Ravens. You got to pick one, dog.
That's a lot.
Yo, your boy Slim asked me about Coach K. It's about time, bro. I'm a Duke fan.
I'm going to tell you something, though, bro.
Good.
The comments that happened after why he made the decision to push his retirement up, I was like, damn, man, he really didn't want to deal with the player likeness, huh? Because that's what it sounds like.
I don't know. I mean, the dude is getting old, bro. Like,
no. I get all that. He was going to retire eventually. Got it. Understand that. I just think when they said the reason why he sped it up was because of the whole player's likeness, and I didn't even want to do it anymore. And I thought that Coach K has done a phenomenal job with the one and dones. Like, I think he's done a pretty good job dealing with the one and dones, considering before he would always try to keep it traditional when it came to having players that stayed there for years. But then he reverted and went to one and dones. But as soon as it got to the point where it was like, oh, nah, man, these players about to get paid for their likeness, I don't know if I want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, but, I'm rocking with Coach K, man. Final season, it is what it is. I'm glad I got a chance to meet him. I met him twice, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to meet him. Greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. And so I'm glad. He can't coach forever, bro. So it's time. I'm cool with the Shire. I personally, I knew it was gonna be somebody internal. I would rather than have hired somebody outside of Duke, but Coach K wasn't letting that job go to nobody else. That job will never be from somebody outside. It's too many great players that turn coaches. So I'm cool with that.
What do you mean he's tired of trying to chase UNC? Doesn't Duke have more championships?
No. UNC has one, depending on if you count that 1929 one, they've got 7, but technically they got 6. Actual championships. Duke has 5.
Oh, okay. I mean, but at least K got all 5 of them as the coach.
Yeah, Coach K got all 5.
Yeah, like Roy Williams didn't get 5 between him and Dean, right?
And in that one way back.
Back when they were still segregated. I ain't counting that shit.
Yeah, that don't count. It's like it wasn't even an NCAA. That wasn't even like a real tournament. That don't count.
Yeah, no, I ain't counting that.
It counts if you're a UNC fan. I get it. For argument's sake.
UNC got bigger problems. They got to learn how to tenure their teachers. UNC got bigger problems. Have you been paying attention to what's been going on in UNC, bro?
Yeah, I have. With the student body president and all that.
The president telling students not to come to the school, like go find somewhere else to go. It's just terrible. And then I guess the faculties, the minorities, the faculty, they're saying 70% of them is looking elsewhere for another job somewhere else. This isn't good. It's not good.
Mm-mm.
Nope, that's UNC Chapel Hill, bro. Nah, it's Chapel Hill, bro.
Yeah, the student body president. That's UNC Chapel Hill, bro.
It's Chapel Hill. It's
That's
looking
Chapel
bad.
Hill, dog. Yeah,
It's looking
that is
bad.
Chapel Hill.
It's looking bad, man.
But that ain't. I don't got nothing to do with all that. You know, it is what it is. You know. But yeah, I'm a Duke fan because I don't know if y'all know if y'all watch women's basketball. If y'all watch women's college basketball, Elena Beard, yeah, that's my peeps. So
Oh, I
that's why
know
I'm a
that.
Duke fan. Yep,
I did not know that.
yep, that's why I'm a Duke fan. Yep. So
Well,
mhm.
I'm not looking at the chat. It's a work in progress, bro. It's gonna take some time, but some of the HBCUs are going in the right direction. I will say that
Hey,
A&T is
nah,
going in the right direction.
hey, listen, man, you go and look at Deion
Dion or
Sanders.
Iowa
Yeah, on
athlete,
the
yeah.
yeah, go look at that joint. He was spitting, dog. He was spitting. He was spitting. You hear me? Go and watch that I Am Athlete episode, bro. He was talking about HBCUs. Y'all know he's the coach of Jackson State now. And he was talking about it, bro. He was talking about it individually, mano a mano. He said take Mac Jones and put him in the SWAC and see how well he does. Take him off that. He said take him off that Alabama roster and put him in the SWAC
Yo, and
and see
nobody had
what's
nothing to
up.
say. Nobody had nothing to say either. It's about the dolls, man.
Somebody asked me about the best player Duke has ever had. I'm going with Grant Hill.
Yeah. I mean, it's between him and Leitner, right?
It's
When
just
you talk about
yeah.
college, it's between him and Leitner.
Nah, well, I'm just talking about period. If you go in college, then
It's
you can say
Leitner.
Leitner, or you can say JJ. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about like just best player is Grant Hill.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Right. Makes sense.
Zion, you can.
Nah, he only
Grant.
played 1 year, bro.
Grant.
That's nah.
I'm rolling with Grant. Before Grant Hill got hurt, bro, he was there, bro. He was that guy who had the best season, like one season.
That's tough.
Probably that is tough. One season, man.
Still gonna be
Yeah,
Leitner.
I'm
Still
thinking
probably be Leitner.
JJ. Yeah, Jace. It's a lot of dudes you could put for one season. It's a it's a lot of dudes you could put in that discussion because Marvin Bagley had himself a damn good one season too.
Yeah, you know
Um,
what happened to Marvin? Now look at him. He out here in
yeah, no,
Sacramento
I know.
trying to be the best rapper in the NBA, and he can't even accomplish that. So
Nah,
moving on.
they ain't got that on lock. It's tough. No, Kyrie played 8 games. He's not the best player for one season. Um, One season is tough. I would have to sit down. I have to look at some numbers. I gotta look at some numbers. How many Duke players in the playoffs right now? You got let me see. You got for the Clippers, you got Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard plays for the Clippers. I think that's it. I think that's it. The Nets had Kyrie. The Sixers had Seth Curry. Um, the Bucks don't have any Duke players because that used to be my thing. I used to go for whoever had Duke players, and then when Charlotte picked up LaMelo Ball, followed it up with Vernon Carey, I was sold. I was sold. Oh, Cam Reddish
Wow.
played for the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons, the Hawks. That's right. So that counts. I'm going for the Falcons then. I mean, the Hawks.
The
Flamingos,
Falcons, Hawks, the
the
Fox.
Birds. I'm going for the Birds.
What's up, Grandizer?
All right.
Any
Yo, they got to
voicemails?
get my man Vernon Carey on the get some burn, bro, because that's unacceptable what they did with my man this year. He's too good for that. Any voicemails? Let me see. I'm checking. No voicemails. It's all good. We'll check them next time. Cause I'm tired and I gotta get up and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta
So I'm
get in the
back in the
office tomorrow
office.
too.
Yep. So So, yeah, no, real talk. I really want the Sun. Like, I really would love to see the
I
Suns
want
win.
I want Chris Paul to get a ring, bro.
Chris Paul, the hometown kid, North Carolina, when he's from Winston Salem. I would love to see Chris Paul get him one. Um, I'm cheering for everybody but the Clippers, and that again. That's with Luke Kennard being on the Clippers because he plays for the Clippers. So I'm cheering for the Duke guys, but I really would love to see the Suns. I would be cool with. I can't cheer for. I can't cheer for Atlanta. I'm sorry. I cannot. I can't cheer for Atlanta anything.
Milwaukee should win the series anyway. So you shouldn't. This is a moot point.
They should.
Milwaukee. If
I
you want
agree.
to talk about talent base and the best series that you're going to see,
I
you want to
agree.
see a Bucks Suns final. That'll be a freaking crazy series if we can get that. If CP3 comes back, right? If Chris Paul comes back, that'll be a crazy series, man. A
I
hell
agree.
of a series. If that's the series you want to see. You want to see Suns Bucks. I don't think Kawhi's coming back, in my opinion. I think Kawhi's done.
Oh man, you think he's done?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it's done.
I haven't been
Dude,
following it.
the dude's got knee problems, bro. I think he ain't coming back. They're saying he might be back later in the series. I don't see it. I think we'll see Chris Paul back from the Rona before that. You know, why would you want a banged up Kawhi Leonard to come into the Hornets? That's not what you want. Dude can't stay healthy.
I take Kawhi Leonard in any capacity.
His body's breaking
We do
down,
need
bro.
we need another star, man. We need one more. Then we
That's
ready.
like you. That's like you and 25 other teams in the NBA.
Nah,
Or
we
you can look
closer.
at these final.
We
Or you
closer.
can look. Or you can look at these final four teams and be like, maybe we don't need a freaking all-star. We don't need multiple all-stars to get there. Maybe we can just build a team from the ground up like the Phoenix did. And then just get a veteran there to put it all together like they did and call it a day.
Yo, I take Porzingis over Biz.
But all right, let's close this shop, man.
Yeah, I'm tired. All right. That being said, hey, listen, man, we love y'all support. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all follow us on all socials at Panther Nation PC on Twitter, at Panther Nation PC on Instagram, and at Panther Nation PC on TikTok. Panther Nation Podcast on Facebook. Hit us up on all them joints. We're trying to get our social media game popping. We have a social media manager who's out there thriving right now, doing the thug thizzle. So yeah, man, follow us on all that. We're gonna be back again on next Monday. And stay tuned. Training camp update should be coming in. At least the date or the schedule should be coming out. So stay tuned for that. Let me see what else. Rob Brown show on ESPN Upstate, 1:00 on Thursday. Hit me up on that.
And then we got PNP
PNP.
confidential for our Patreons.
Yep, PNP Confidential for the Patreons on Sunday. So if you want to become a Patreon, help us get the 40 Patreon members. That'd be dope. You get access to all the interviews that we've done with the legends Stephen Davis, Deshaun Foster, Mike Benter, Ricky Manning. Get all access to all those interviews, man. It's good stuff. Outside of that, man, just keep rocking with your boys. We keep growing. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Make sure y'all get that Newsbreak app. Holla us over at Newsbreak. We're going to chop some of this up, put it on Newsbreak. And, that's it, man. That's all I got.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.